Hey y'all, it's Miss A. Today we're going to be reviewing order of operations. We briefly touched this last week, but we're looking a little bit more in depth in it, and we're solely practicing it today. All right, so before we get started, we have this problem here that says 3 times 8 minus 20 divided by 10 plus 5. And you can see here there are two different solutions. So one person just went in order. They did a multiply, subtract, divide, and then add, and got all the way down to 5.4. And the other person did multiplication, then division, and then subtraction, and then addition, and they got the answer 27. So these were solved two completely different ways, and the answers were totally different. So it shows you that doing the order of operations is extremely important, because if you don't follow the order of operations, you will most likely get the answer wrong. Sometimes you'll get lucky. Just so happens that you can do them in that order, like if it's all addition and subtraction or whatever the case may be, or multiplication and division. But when it's mixed and it's got everything in there, you've got to follow the order of operations. All right, so those order of operations that we've talked about before is GEMS, G-E-M-S, okay? And remember, G stands for groupings, which are our parentheses. E stands for exponents. Now remember, exponents does not mean to multiply, exponents are little numbers in the corner. It does not mean to multiply the base number of 4 times the exponent of 2. 4 times 2 is 8. You can see here the answer is actually 16. Because the exponent 4 to the second power doesn't mean multiply 4 times 2. It means to multiply 4 2 times. So 4 times 4. So the exponent is how many times you multiply the number by itself. And that's where the number 16 comes from. All right, if we had 3 to the 4th power, that would be, move over a little bit, be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, and y'all do not just skip count 3, 6, 9, 12. You have to multiply 3 times 3 to get 9. Multiply 3 times 3 to get 9, and then 9 times 9 would equal 81. Okay, it's just multiplying. Do not skip count. Skip count is actually adding when you are doing it that way. Okay, so actually multiply them 2 numbers at a time, and then keep going from there. All right, so exponents can be a little bit tricky. You just don't do the easy thing. You just think you multiply what you see. All right, M stands for multiply. Ooh, I spelled it wrong. Multiply and divide. Okay, and we do these in order from left to right. So you can see in this problem where we have 3 times 4 divided by 2, we are going to multiply first 3 times 4 to get 12, and then we can do 12 divided by 2 to get 6. Here, the division comes first, but I'm still going to do that first because it comes first in the problem. I'm going to divide. 4 divided by 2 gets me 2. Oh, sorry, here, 2, and then multiply by the 3 to get my answer of 6, okay? So when there's multiplication and division, do them in order. Whatever comes first in the problem, and then whatever comes next in the problem. Even if they're separated, one's at the beginning and one's at the end. You have to do them in order from left to right. Same thing for S, which stands for subtract and add. Okay, so when there's both subtraction and addition in the problem, again, we have to do them in order from left to right. So you can see here we have 2 plus 5 minus 3. Addition comes first, so we add those. 2 plus 5 gets me 7, and then I can minus my 3 to get my answer of 4. Right here, I've got subtraction first. So 2 minus 5 actually gets me a negative 3, and then I can add my 3 to get my answer of 0. Okay, if you do them in the wrong order, like if you were to do them, now this one just so happens you're lucky and you get the same answer, but here, if you were to do 5 plus 3, you would get 8. 2 minus 8 is negative 6, not 0. So sometimes, like I said, you get lucky and you'll get the right answer. Like this one, you would have gotten it. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. That's lucky, but down here, you would not have gotten the right answer. So just so happens that we got lucky on the first one. So always do the multiplication and addition, multiplication, division, or addition and subtraction in order from left to right. All right, so let's go back to that very first problem that we saw. This problem right here. So we had 3 times 8 minus 20 divided by 10 plus 5. So I'm going to write it out the way so y'all can remember how I would do it. So there's my problem. I would be looking for my gems, G-E-M-S. We don't have any groupings. There's no parentheses. We don't have any exponents. So I would go for M, which stands for multiply and divide, which I actually have both of them in the problem. And because they're separated by that minus sign, leave that minus sign out, but I can actually box both of them. And we're going to do them in order. So 3 times 8 got me 24. Bring down the minus. 20 divided by 10 gets me 2. And then bring down the plus 5. And then now I've got subtraction and addition. That's both my, got that done. That's both of my S step is subtract and add in order from left to right. So we're going to do this part first. 24 minus 2 gets me 22. And then that last part is to add 5. So 22 plus 5 is 27. So solution 2 was the correct answer originally. Sorry guys, trying to get my light to come back on. Okay, so yes, solution 2 was correct from the original problem. Just remember guys, always do your groupings. So things that are inside of parentheses. Remember that this is not a grouping. This is actually multiplication. This is saying 3 times 5. A grouping would be 3 plus 5 plus 1. That's a grouping. It's telling you to add the 5 and the 1 first and then add the 3, okay? So there is a difference between these parentheses and these parentheses. So groupings always come first, whatever is inside the parentheses. Then we look for exponents. Remember, your exponents can be tricky. The exponent means how many times you multiply the base number times itself. So there should be 4 number 3s. Over here, there should be 2 number 4s. And then multiplying, not skip counting, which is adding. And then after exponents comes multiplication and division from left to right. And then addition and subtraction from left to right. All right, y'all do have a Google form. If you are one of my remote kids, you have a Google form to work on today with some practice problems. Please feel free to contact me or join me on Zoom, and we can go over those problems together, or I can be there just to kind of check your answers if you need help. Y'all have a great day, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.